Hi.
Hello everybody.
Hi everybody.
Hi guys.
Hello everyone.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe everyone. Stay together.
Healthy.
Stay hydrated.
Stay fresh.
Stay strong. Stay safe. Stay at home. Stay at home, yeah. Stay at home.
くれぐれもお体をお大事に。
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Casey here again, and on behalf of IK Academy, I would like to welcome everyone from different part of the world to our webinar Learn with IK Live series. You may wanted to share with us in the comment section below, hi and where are you from, or which country are you from? Okay, before we start, can everyone please help me to comment hashtag IK Academy so that I know you are here, and also please help me to a small favor to share this with your friends and colleagues. For those who are new, IK Academy is a technical training provider. For those who first heard about us today, IK stands for Integrating Knowledge. We train, we integrate. We help technical professionals around the world to integrate what they have learned into their professional and personal lives. This is important because we believe that the correct technical know-how can save lives. All it takes is just the push of a wrong button. Neutrality is our priority. Rest assured that we are a total brand neutral with a strict focus on education. Why? Because we know that your next course of decision depends on it. Drawing from decades of experience, our network of industry experts will bring practical wisdom to solutions. No textbooks, only experience. Our training programs covers maintenance, PV solar, waste, building facilities, electrical, energy efficiency, and more. The mode of trainings that we offer includes online, offline, and hybrid session. It's either public or customized in-house. We at IK Academy are committed to provide the best learning experience to all our participants. We believe learning is a lifelong process. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. And I'm happy to see some students here to learn with us in this webinar. If you wish to get more information on IK upcoming trainings, please click on the link below and fill up a simple form. Our team will contact you further. Okay, let's proceed with our agenda of the day. However, before that, please like and share this live webinar who you think will be interested of our today's sharing. You may click the share button and share it directly to your Facebook page, or you may share around the link via WhatsApp, Telegram, or any medium you may find. And type hashtag IK Academy to show your support today. I would appreciate that. Today, we are glad to invite IR Nordin Maasum to share with us the topic of project management principles. Know 7 steps and 3 important elements. Project management is about the art and science of initiating to completing the project successfully. The concept and principles of project management are about the similar for the majority of projects in any environment. It's included that all steps are required and important elements will be shared in this webinar later. Specifically, it is beneficial and useful for those who have involved in the process of conceptualizing, defining, planning, controlling, implementing, and closing out the project, not just for the managers and engineers, but also for the stakeholders, with the primary objective to ensure that the project will be completed successfully within the budget and quality as required accordingly. Okay, please allow me to introduce IR Nordin. He's the registered professional engineer with Board of Engineers BEM majoring in highway engineering and held a Master of Science in Construction Management from UTM and graduated in Civil Engineers from Institute of Technology of Mara. He is the corporate member of Institute of Engineers IEM, Institute of Highway and Transportations, ASEAN Chartered of Professional Engineers, Road Engineering Association of Malaysia, Malaysia Institute of Management as registered as Associate ASEAN Engineers. He is also appointed as an industry advisory panel for one of the local private university in Malaysia. He commenced his engineering profession in private sector and has more than 25 years of experience in construction and maintenance industry, especially in the road, highway, bridge, and slope. His major interests are project management, construction management, road, highway construction and maintenance, highway engineering and pavement technology, and slope rehabilitation. He's a certified trainer by HRDC and NIOSH. Let's begin with the webinar live today and we'll give a warm welcome to IR Nordin. IR Nordin, you may unmute yourself and on your video. IR Nordin, you can on your video. Yeah. Welcome to
Okay.
the webinar session.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Casey, for the introduction. So I will proceed the webinar. Okay. Is it okay, Casey?
Not yet. You already share, Nordin?
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey.
Yes. Clear and nice. Yes, you may proceed, Nordin.
Okay, thank you very much to Casey. And very good mornings and selamat pagi to all participants today. So today webinar will be, the topic for today will be the project management principles. Know the 7 steps and 7 important elements in the project management. Okay, today's topic is about what is the project management? Project management in construction, 7 steps in project management, 3 key elements in project management, also the success and failure in the projects. And the last one it will be the summary, project management principle. Okay, what is the project management? The project is a series of the activities designed to achieve a specific outcome within the set of budgets and also the time scales. That is the definition of the projects. Every project has a beginning and end. Without the beginning and without the end, that is not, we not call that is a projects. That is maybe the routine work or something like that. Every produced product will be the unique product, especially in the construction industry. No house is the same. Every project is different, different in size, different in nature, and so on. Every project has a defined a set of objectives. Project has an objective and also the sequence of activity in between. Every project must have, every project has a 100 of activity, different kind of activity, depend on the time when they need to complete. A plan, project to need to be planned, methodical approach is used to meet the project objective. Project require the allocation and also the resources. That is the definition of the projects management. Okay, benefit of the project management. Project management flexible, adaptable to change. Project management is not rigid, multidisciplinary. Many people involved, different background, different objective for the every single discipline. Require a lot of decision making. With the project management, you can have a better decision making, more productive compared to others who doing the project without the knowledge of project management. Higher morals, and of course the last one is to improve the customer satisfaction. Okay. Through the project management means we conduct the project systematically. Okay, what is the three elements in the project management? Every project is constrained with the different ways by number one is the quality. Sometimes the scope of quality. The second one is the time. Every project must have a time frames from the start to finish. And of course, we need budgets to do the projects. That is the cost of the project. The cost of the projects. So this is a project manager or person in charge duty to balance all these three important parameters in project management. Okay. Please remember these three elements that is the paramount important in the project management principle. Okay, the same thing on time. The every project should be the on time, should be on budget, high quality, where the product must be have a format and also functionality. On budget means you get more profits, no losses, and no cost overrun, and project can complete and continue accordingly. On time means you satisfy your client, you satisfy the purchaser, and the product can be applied or used on times. Okay. So we need to balance between the cost, schedule, and also the quality. Okay. They were the project life cycle. In the project management life cycle, we have a conceptual from the beginnings, the definition, planning, implementation, and also the close out, where we must review and learn. The process, the three process, the five important process in the project management. We need to initiate the projects. We have a planning for the projects. And importantly, the core of the project management is the execution. We also need to monitor and controlling the projects. And the last one, when the project's complete, we need to close out the projects. Okay, this is the simple graph that show the where the every stage happen in the project management cycle. From the start, we need to define the project itself. What is the goals? What is the specs, task, responsibility of the persons for that particular projects. At the same time, we do the planning for that projects. And at the same time, without complete the planning, we need to start some of the works that has been planned before. That is the execution, executing of the project. That is the outside, on the fields. And the last stage is the close out or delivering of the products. This may be house, maybe roads, maybe bridge, railways, and anything. Okay, this one is the 7 steps that I will explain in this webinar. This is the 7 step in the project management. Okay. Number 1, justify your vision. Justify your vision is part of the projects. Okay. J. Number 2, every project must have an objective. Every project must have an objective. That also the part of the projects. That is happen at the early stage, when we set up have an idea for the new projects. Number 3, we have a planning, and then we have a risk management to put into the project management cycles. Nowadays, risk management is very important, especially in the organization level, company level, and also the project levels. And then the execution, that is the core activity at the field, at the sites, and the most, and also the very, very important to control and monitor the project's progress, project quality, and so on. And the last one, when we complete the projects, we need to close projects. We need to deliver to the customer. We need to deliver to the clients to close out, to complete the projects accordingly. Okay, back to the 7 steps in the project management. The first one is the vision. This happened before the projects exist. That is from the vision. Start the idea, what we are going to develop and how to do it. Go or no go about the decision. What activities happen in the first step. We must have a project. For example, we need to do the project proposals. We need to have a feasibility study. Either the project is feasible, profitable or not, they're irrational or not. That is through brainstormings and other alternative to justify your vision. Okay. That is step number 1. That is very beginning. And this normally from the top management of the company, something like that, or the investor, something like that. Number 2 is the objective of the projects. You have a vision, and then we need to know what is the objective of the projects. So define the project purpose. Does the project add value? List out the objective of the projects. And every objective of the project must be summarized or must be able to be specific. An objective must be measurable. You can measure the objective from time to time. Yeah, achievable. Your project must be achievable. This is not about something that illusion or something like that. It must be achievable, logic, realistic, time-based. The project must have a time frames rationally or logically or time frame that is must be have a time frame from the start, and you must have a finish line, finish deadlines. That means it's time bound. That is we call the SMART. Okay. During this time, we need to find someone, project manager. We need to select him and define the scope of works, objective, interpret the project requirements, specification, contractual documents, develop list of activities and duration. To start, they identify resources, like the machinery supplier, material supplier, and also the manpower. Okay, the step number 3, this is the most, this one is the important steps in the project management cycle. Planning. We must have a plan before we start at site. We must do the planning for doing the projects. What is the purpose of the plannings? Of course, number 1, planning is the roadmap for the implementation. Facilitate the action. organize the tasks and resources, manpower, your engineers, your supervisors, your executives, your architects, your electrical supervisor, your operation executive person, materials, and so on. Establish the time frame, milestones, the start date, and also the end dates of the activity. Activity happen during the planning stage is the define the work, scope of job, define the works to be done, the sequence of works, which one to be done earlier than another ones, and doing the estimation cost, scheduling. We need to do schedule the works during the using the scheduling techniques that's very we have in the market, like the project management software, okay, Microsoft projects, Atomis, Primavera, and so on. During the planning stage also, we need to do the about the paperwork, the documentation about the quality management, the project quality plan that we should have. We must start to do the standard operating procedure, method statement for that particular project or activity. Must include the risk management at the project levels. We must have the safety and health for the particular project. With bigger projects, what the certain amount of project, let's say 20 million, we need to have a safety and health officer. We need to the operation documentation like inspection and test plans, procurement, contracts, appointment of the subcontractor, and so on. And at this time, we start to acquire the new staff or assign responsibility, or maybe we can get the staff from the others previous projects, transfer, and so on. Other than that, during the planning stage, you need to do the project budget. You need to do the fixed cost of the project, variable cost, to do the work breakdown structure for every project, the task duration, and also the cost of the works. Management reserve more essential for any sort of fixed cost project, like the lump sum projects, effort sum level protection to profit money. The step number 4 is about the risk management. This is the nowadays risk management must be included in the project management cycle for the project level. That is the requirement. Some of the project by the government, this is the requirements. Okay, risk management is a continuous journey, not a destination. Good management is concerned with operating proactively rather than responding to the crisis. Risk management nowadays is important to justify every work that we do at the site. Risk management is the ISO 31000 principle. All industry, not specific to any industry or sector, provide a common approach in support to standard dealing with specific risk or sector. Okay, largely based on the Australia and New Zealand risk management standard. Not intended for the purpose of certification. This is not like the quality ISO for the quality. This is the risk management, not for certification, but you need to have a person in charge or department in charge for the risk management. And maybe the head of projects do the risk management identification for that particular project. Risk management include the risk identification, risk analysis, and risk evaluations. In terms of project management or the project at site, we call it the risk management at the project levels. Okay, this one is the step number Step number 5, that is the core activity where your project need to be started with project execution. Okay. Execute the project plan to get the work results. Okay. This is the time to start the work at sites. Build. You need to build or buy, monitor and controls, accept, reject, or remedial works. All these things happen during the execution work. Build and buy, mean you build something, you build how you buy materials and materials, you buy anything that we buy, we purchase the material and so on, machinery. Activity during the implementation, especially the person who lead the projects. Other than the activity, the person who lead, like the project managers, need to motivate the teams, work through and review, change control procedure. All this happen in the execution phase. Communicate info, procurement resources, and also the training also important during the execution. Installation, acceptance testing, as-built drawings, all these things during the execution. Other than that, we need the reports, the project status report during the execution phase stage. Verbal, written, formal, informal, project monthly, bi-weekly, progress meetings, progress reports on detailed activities, report in the physical and also the financial status of the projects, highlight the main issue and obstacle on the projects. Other than that, we need to run the meetings, weekly meetings, physical meeting, online meeting. We need to know the agenda and define the purpose, run the meeting professionally between the party involved, like your consultant, your owner, your subcontractor, your main contractor, need to be meeting in the professional manner. Concern the time, encourage participation, summarize the key issue, and what action to be taken. Minute of meeting must be sent out as soon as possible after the meeting. All these things is a very important things to understand. Okay. Within the education, we need the project monitoring and control process. This is also very, very important in the project management to make sure your projects able to complete within the time frame, with the cost and budgets, and with the quality certified to the owner or the client of your project. What is the purpose? To control itself, to monitor actual progress compared to the project plans. So we know the project is ahead or behind the schedule. Monitoring and control include taking preventive action in anticipation of the possible problem, corrective action if variant from the plan exists. We need to the control and monitoring and reports and take action against them. For the control and monitoring, so make sure we need to know the progress either on time, to ensure the progress on time, cost, scope, and also the quality. That is 3 elements. We need to monitor variance, take remedial action, set the milestone, control point, manage change control procedure, communicate and reports on the progress. Okay, in terms of budget, we need to control the budget to make sure the budget is not overrun or not burst. where this will result in the margin of the projects, or in the worst case is losses to the projects. So maintaining the cost baseline, your ceiling budget, managing any changes to the cost baselines, okay. Ensure changes are agreed and approved. If we have changes during the construction, we need to make sure the changes is agreed and approved by the consultants or the project management consultants or the owner, where the latter can be claims and no dispute in the claim. Communicating variance to stakeholders, bring cost variance back to the cost deadline. Sometimes variance can be the small, can be the very big, to significant to the project amount. Okay, this is the common graph that we normally see. That is the S curve. What is our budget, and also what is the actual cost that we have spent. Okay, the last one in the project management skill is the step number 7. That is the close outs, or we can call it the terminate the projects. Close out, we need to close it out, and we need to out from the project because the project is complete. What about the close out? That is about acceptance of the final products. We need to the audit projects, formalize the closure, post-implementation review. After the project complete, we can do the review about the achievement for that particular projects and what we can learn from that project. We can do the post-mortem if necessary. Okay, that is the simple step for the project close out process. You identify the final task to be complete. That is a near 100%. I can say this stage will be the 98% to 100% of the project progress. We already start to reassign staff if required. Some of the staff that no longer require at the site for that project need to be allocated to another projects or to your HQ or anything that's anything the way we need to keep that particular staff. We need to release the equipment, machinery to the supplier, and maybe some of the equipment or machinery we can deliver or transfer to another projects. For example, we need to the final accounting in terms of financial claims and so on, payment received and so on, and the final accounting for that particular projects. Do the final reports within the project teams and final meetings. And the last one, if everything is okay and accepted, we hand over the projects to the clients or the owner of the projects. Okay. Okay, this thing I want to share about the projects failure and also delay based on the my experience in the project management. Okay, first one is planning against lack of planning. Planning is important. We do planning based on the insufficient data. We don't have enough knowledge for that projects. Failure to properly define the problem of the projects. We know the project, but the core of the problem we don't know. What is the core? What is the real problems? That is the issue here. Another reason of the project failure or delay is the financial problems, mismanagement of the fund, cost overrun by either developers, contractor, or subcontractor. So the financial management is very important here. Another thing is the inadequate of resources, material, shortage of material, manpower, machinery, and also money. Sometimes the project shortage of manpower, not enough manpower, can result in the project fails or delay. Not work in the project team, lack of teamwork, that is very important because project is a multidisciplinary. Dispute in claim unpaid for work has been done. This is also part and parcels of the project delay. Not all, but sometimes happens. Poor quality of work. This also happens. This also happens when the quality of work is poor. Unaccepted product result in unproductive and waste time for remedial works. So when this happens repetitively, of course, the project will be delayed and maybe fails. Lack in leadership skill is very important for me. Poor in delegation, empowerment, and line of command. Everything is not clear. The head of the projects lacking in the leadership skill. Frequent changes in design by designer, consultant, keep in changing. That is make the project difficult to work smoothly when the design is keep in changing, especially when the work has been carried out and need to be changed to another designs. Significant fluctuation of metal price. The metal price goes up very high, 200%, 300%. That's cost very high, very high cost, and maybe if the impact to the profit to the company. So negotiation maybe fails between the fluctuation between the change in government policy. Sometimes government change the policy about the construction, about the alignment, about the policy, about the policy for the housing project, something like that. That little bit give an impact to the project management cycle. Okay, what is the common reason for the project success? So, yeah, the reason for the project success, number one is the good project leader. If you are the project manager or the project leader in the project for that projects, if you good and you must have a project management knowledge, that is very important. Two things is go hand in hand. Leadership skill and also project management knowledge. Have a sufficient fund, financial strength, capable, competent, optimize the project resources. Don't have a problem, materials, people's, machinery, everything is goes beautifully. Innovative and apply the technology know-how. Nowadays, innovative and technology is very important. That will contribute to the success of the projects. Either you like it or you don't like it. Nowadays, we need to be innovative. Teamwork is very important in the project success throughout the project cycle from the start to the finish. Because too many persons, too many departments involved, the teamwork is a paramount important. Effective communication is very important. Emails, letter, WhatsApp, and everything that is either real or virtual platform. That is a communication. No, must be no communication breakdown. If you want to make sure your project is success. No gap. Communication, the issue or news must be delivered accordingly. always deliver the good quality product, resulting in the save times and also increase the client satisfaction. Avoid the management bottlenecks. Be clear on scope and delegation of duty. Make sure the site people, make sure the people in the project teams, in the departments, the consultant, subcontractor know what duties they should be carried out. Okay, that is the summary one. Okay, the three elements in the project management is quality, cost, and times. Content the multidisciplinary. We have a consultant, the owner, the contractor, subcontractor, architects, quantity surveyor, clients, government agency, and so on. In project management, there are three main aspects, and we need to consider organization, the project team, that is the organization, technical, that is the technical issue, the activity at the site, and the human. Human means the manpower. You need to have a leadership skill to handle the humans. You must have a soft skill, hard skill, technical knowledge, and so on. Follow the 7-step methodology. From the step 1, the vision, and the last one is the close the project. Okay, this is the 7 steps. Okay, what is the habit of the successful project managers of leaders? This is important, especially in the implementation stage and also the monitoring and control. That is very important because they are lead the project. The habit is the project manager or project leader must be a proactive. That is number 1. Begin with at the end in mind. When you handle the project as the number 1 in the site or number 1 for that particular project, you must able to foresee the projects at the end. What about the project at the end of the project periods? Okay. First thing first. Okay. Know the priority. Win-win situation because you involved in many department, in many disciplinary, subcontractor, consultant, project management consultant, think win-win. You cannot think by your own. Okay. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. You must be a synergize. Sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw means you need to enhance your knowledge from time to time. Project management can be obtained from the experience, can be obtained from the informal knowledge from your peer, from your bosses, and importantly, the project management also can be obtained from the formal way. That means education. You need to understand the theory and also and then you can mix together with your experience. Formal mean you need to upgrade through reading, study, further study, and so on. Okay, what is the 7 characteristic of the great project manager? What is the good character for the project manager to make sure that particular project can be complete on time and so on? It should be must have a skill, people skill, human skill, between the humans, people skill, communication skill, and so on. Organization skill, able to organize your teams. Communication, ability to communicate to subordinate and also superior, and also the clients, so that government agency, meaning to say don't too shy or don't keep silence we need to communicate in the project every day, every hours. You need to keep communicate and deliver, convey the message to the relevant parties or relevant staff that involved in the project. Problem skill. Yes, of course, you need to have a problem skill because in projects management, you will face the problem in the site management, problem in the technical issue, and also problem in the anything related to the project. Maybe shortage of materials. For example, you need to have a ability to solve that particular problem. Self-improvement. You need to enhance the knowledge and also the skill in the management skill, the project management skill, and anything knowledge related to the project management. That is, don't make yourself a static, make a dynamic, and must have the improvement. Network, this is very important also, network skill. You have a network with the subcontractor, for example, supplier, for example. That means when you have a new project or new small project or your new activity, you easily to find the the supplier or the subcontractor because you have a network. You have a list of the supplier. You have a panel of subcontractor. You have a good networking. And the last one is political skill. That means how you handle not the political people, but your politicals regarding to the project success. Okay. Okay, that's all. That is the webinar regarding the project management. So we already know the 3 key elements and the 7 steps. And also I highlight here the success and also the failure of the projects. Okay, I bring back to Casey. Thank you here to participate in these programs.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Casey.
Thank you, our Nordin, for the fruitful sharing. Do you mind to stop share for a while? Okay, before we move on to the Q&A, I think you all can actually start writing the Q&A if you have any in the comment section below. Since our Nordin has 25 years in the construction area, in the road area, especially in the highways. So in case you have any questions you want to ask further, you can actually write below. Okay, before we move on to the Q&A, there's some upcoming trainings that you might be interested in, which is uh, these are some of selected trainings in so many of the lists. Pumps and cooling tower, energy management, both are 8 CDP approved by ST in April, and predictive preventive maintenance on May 19 and 20. In case you are interested, you can actually check it out or fill up the form. So we have salesperson to contact you further. Okay, now we're going to move on to the questions and answers, because I've collected some questions from Eventbrite during the registration process, and I'll go through it with IR Nordin. Okay, IR Nordin, the first question is, how do project managers solve the issues in railway construction projects? If, let's say, right, the project itself involve multidisciplinary fields, especially the issues in project delivery. There's so many contractors involved, and different contractors, they are actually using a different project models.
Okay, thank you, Casey.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's an interesting
Okay,
question.
this is about the issue in the railway projects. Okay, because I have involved in the roads before, so I think the road construction and the railway construction is not so different. We are very longitudinal, not like the buildings go to the verticals. We go to so long, maybe 50 kilometer, 100 kilometer. That is the normal. So the issue is, okay, first thing first is when you do the railway projects, and too many multidisciplinary is cannot be avoided. Like okay, the rail supplier, the stone supplier, the cables, electric cable supplier, that is involved the many parties involved. So this is normal or common. So what we do normally, especially here, we do the package. This kind of project must have a package. Maybe 5 or 10 package, depends on the client. One package may be 10 kilometers. So for examples, 50 kilometer, you have a 5 package. The reason to have a package is too easy to manage the projects. And every package must have a own project teams. So I think the too many contractor is not the issue here for me, because every project must have a goals. It must have a goal. And in terms of specification, I think the specification is the similar. I think the similar, the same spec. So I think the in terms of technical issue is not the very difficult to handle here. As long as you know how to organize, I think based on the question, I think we need to further emphasize on the coordinating and organizing, controlling for that projects. That is the something that you can do. The number of contractor you cannot do, because that depend on the activity. The more activity, especially different in activity, maybe different specialists involve many people, but we need to organize. I think from the technical perspective, it's not so difficult because you have the specs, you have a contractual, you have a standard requirements, and so on. Okay, I think the best way of course, we must doing the packaging. That's mean the breakdown into the package. Okay, in terms of different methods. Okay, in terms of different methods. Okay, before contractor or main contractor apply the methods, I think for this particular project is the method to construct the railway. They should get the permission or approval from the client, or maybe from the project management consultant, or maybe from the technical consultant. So I think if everybody agree or satisfied with the proposals or the technical method, I think should be no problems. The contractor who doing the project must submit the how to do the method. That is a method statement. So if you agree, that is no problem. The only thing what you should do is the control and monitor, and also look at the cost. Is it the method? The cost is the higher from the budget, or what? If the cost is the higher within your budget, you aware them. You need to nego. You need to ask them. Otherwise, they want to absorb the cost. That is the different story. Because this big project, I know the scenario is different. Sometimes contractor absorb the project, they absorb the cost because they want to keep the time on track, or to make sure the complete ahead of schedule, something like that. Because they want to avoid the negotiation, because sometimes negotiation take time. So I think here it's not so. I think you need to give a more emphasis on the coordinating and organizing, and also controlling, and something related to the technical. I think this is a technical issue. Not technical issue is not so difficult. Maybe difficult in terms of technical, but is if you have a goal and the method statement is there, the spec is there, should be okay. I think should be okay. You need, yeah, should be okay. Yeah, but more tougher lah, because look complicated lah, different way of construction and construction method and something like that. Many contractor involved, look complicated, but when you organizing, you take a lead, you should be no problem. That is my opinion.
Thank you, Nordin, for your sharing. Do you mind to share with us your most challenging project that you have handled before, and how do you overcome it? For you have been in this industry handling projects for like 25 years. You want to
Mm,
share a little bit about the most challenging things that you have
okay,
encountered before, and how do you overcome it?
okay, okay. Okay. I think I have experience more than 25 years. So most of the project is about roads, road construction, and also maintenance, and also the slopes, slope construction, road slope rehabs. So the difficulty of the road construction or maintenance, because we do much on maintenance. That means we maintain the existing roads. So in terms of technical, not much problems. Every technical problem we can solve through the technical proposal, technical method, not so problem. I think the challenge is because the number of project is too many. I think the scattered. Let's say we need to maintain in one state or two states. So the project is running maybe 10 or 20 number of projects at the same time. For example, let's say I have a project in Johor and Melaka, for example. Johor, I have a 10 number of projects for maintenance today, for example, or this week. And also in Melaka, we have, let's say, we have 5 projects this week. The same weeks, we have a 15 number of projects. In terms of technical, it's not difficult, but in terms of resources, we have a problem. Machinery, we need to 15 project, we need to 15 number of set of machinery to start doing the things. And manpower, yeah, of course, when you have a 15 number of project running concurrently, of course you need more manpower. Your site team is more than if you have only 2 or 3 teams. That is one of the challenge. Another thing is the initiation state for this project also difficult, because the people, we need to have the accommodation for them. For example, for the workers, the work may be just 1 week. Okay, for that particular project, maybe only 1 week, because they only doing the road maintenance. Yeah. After that, they move to another location. Within 1 week, you need to keep your staff or site people's safety. When they want to stay, for example, you need to find the house, maybe the cheaper hotel, something like that. And you want to rent the house is 1 week rental. So that is non-technical. Okay. Other than that, you need to deal with for example, quarry, the material supply. If you have 10 location at 10 different district, for example, 10 different quarry, you need to do the coordinating for the new quarry. You need to do the pre-testing to make sure the quality is there according to the spec. That is the challenge in the road construction. Other than that, in the slope, I think in the slope, I also involved in the slope before. So the slope, the best thing of the slope is the technology. The remedial work or the rehabilitation of the slopes, technology like the graniting, okay, like the soil nailings, like the hydro seeding for the slope surface, okay, and the others method lah. I think the many method to gabion is the very common, okay. This is common technical in the slope. Maintenance of slope, that is you need to climb the slopes. I have an experience to climb the slope up to 4 or 5 berms. Every berm is around 3 meters or 4 meters. So if 5 berm is around 20 meters, you need to climb the slope. Of course, the slope have a staircase, no problem, but they quite tired lah. Okay. And also, if you are not brave enough, maybe it's very challenging to you. That is the challenge I have faced. Okay, Casey, thank you. Anything?
Thanks for your sharing. It's interesting to hear your
Yeah.
stories. Okay, we have one last question from the crowd. Gaddafi Rosalie is asking, can agile methodology used in construction project? Are you familiar with this?
Can what?
Agile methodology.
Agile.
Yeah, agile methodology. Methods.
How to spell agile?
Hang on, I'll just type inside the chat for you. Nordin. Can you read the chat?
I'm not very sure. Agile. What the mean of agile? What the mean of agile? Do you Casey?
Hang on.
Agile what?
I think it's, hang on, let me see. It's agile methodology. It's the way to manage a project by breaking it up to several phases. It's a type of project management. Is it suitable for project, construction project?
Okay. Project management. Okay, project management basically is the concept and also the concept or principles or fundamentals. Okay. What inside the concept, principle of project management basically is same. And what I said, maybe the 5 important thing or 7. 7 is the step. I put the first one, the vision and also the objective. Some of the project vision and the objective not include the project management, but some of them inside the project management. So other than that is the planning, control monitoring, execution, close up. That is the concept of the project management. So in terms of type of project, either that project is the construction projects or maybe the IT projects. IT project is like to install the internet in the company, for example. Okay, that company don't have the internet. They want to install the internet and also get the computer installed in the office, for example. We can call this a project as long as they have a start date and also the end dates, meaning they have a period to complete. We can call it the projects. Even if the IT person or computer or the IT person doing the software program, for example, the company have a internal developed for the simple software for internal use, for example, that is also projects. But the construction, the concept is same, but the technical issue, maybe the testing type or maybe the environment or scenario may be required different, but the concept is still same. Same like also the build the ship. For example, you build the ship, you need to complete within 3 years in the port, for example. That is a project. That also the project. But the content may be different, but the concept is similar. We need to do conduct meeting, we need to supplier, we need to the subcontractor. I think most of them is same. Almost I can say is about 80% to 90% project management is construction. In construction is similar to the project management is in other industry. The nature is different lah. Of course, building ship and build house, build road is different.
Okay, thank you very much. We come to the end of today's webinar. And please leave some comments in Facebook or LinkedIn. Thank you note to our guest speaker, IR Nordin, and at least we know that we share something valuable or informative today. And if you are interested to know more of IK trainings, feel free to fill up the forms and our salesperson will get back to you. And don't forget to like, follow our page in LinkedIn and Facebook, and also join our FB community, iClub by IK Academy, to get the latest news of upcoming IK live webinar series and also other content sharing. Our next IK free webinar will be on IK Evening Talk interview with Emmeline, IRTS City Damira Izati, a project manager by profession, with the topic of Every Scar Tell a story that says I survive, on 26th of April 2022. Well, I hope to meet everyone again, and thanks from me, Casey, and stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
Casey.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Arnodin. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Casey.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Hello everybody.
Hi everybody.
Hi guys.
Hello everyone.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe everyone.
Stay together.
Stay hydrated.
Stay fresh.
Stay strong, stay safe, stay at home.
Stay at home, yeah.
Stay home. くれぐれもお体をお大事に。